Hey everyone, so I just got to meet Michaela Gallaher from Gallaher Sourdough. She gave me a bag of cookies, which I'm so excited about. I got to meet her in her home today while she bakes for her next pickup day, and I can't wait to share a little bit about her business and who she is in our community.
Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Good. How are you, Lauren?
Thanks for having me.
So what are we working on today?
So today I'm doing all of my baking for pre-orders and for the farm stand. I bring my stuff to a farm stand in Shanahan on Fridays, and I have classic organic sourdough, sandwich loaves, jalapeno cheddar, Parmesan garlic, and then I have snickerdoodle cookies and banana muffins that I'm making.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Is that all from sourdough? Like
Yes.
a sourdough starter? Why sourdough?
I actually started baking with yeast, and it was yeasted breads with organic flour. Once the bread that I was buying was getting a little bit expensive, I started buying organic bread when my daughter was born. So now that she's a toddler and 5 now, she's a little bit pickier, and I'm a little bit less strict about what I feed my kids. But in the beginning, I was buying organic bread and organic everything, and the big reason why I started baking with organic flour was the glyphosate that traditional grains are treated with. It's a pesticide, and it can cause a wide range. It's like a known carcinogen. And so regular flour is treated with glyphosate, and I wanted to avoid that. So I started baking when we moved here. We moved here 4 years ago. So I started baking probably 3.5 years ago. Just yeasted breads with organic flour to keep the ingredients low. A friend offered me sourdough starter. She was like, "You should start doing sourdough." And I was like,
So it came from a friend.
yes.
Okay.
And I was like, that's okay. I'm good. There's a whole process with sourdough. I don't really want to get into that. And she came over and gave me a jar and said, "Here you go." Like, okay, so what do I do with this? And she had like a little guide that she gave me, and it had how to feed my starter and a bread recipe. And that was it. And so I was like, well, I don't want it to go bad. I don't want to waste this starter she gave me. And so I bought a Dutch oven, and I bought all the supplies that you need, and was Googling everything, and I started baking sourdough in my green Dutch oven. Part of the reason why one of my brand colors is like a dark green.
Okay.
It's not on me. This is like a lighter green, but my dark green Dutch oven, and that was in 2023. Maybe it was the end of 2022, and it started from there. I started gifting sourdough starter and bread to people, like my daughter's babysitter. And she was the one who asked, "Can I buy bread from you? Can I buy 2 loaves from you?" And I was like, no. That's the same answer when I first started baking with sourdough. Because I didn't want to ruin my hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up saying yes. I was like, I don't know how much to charge you. Is $6 a loaf okay? Like, that felt expensive to me, but like, you can buy a loaf of bread from the grocery store at $6, like with the good ingredients and all of that. And so I thought maybe, and she said, yes, of course. And then I realized I could supplement our income because I was a stay-at-home mom. And I liked it. It was my hobby. It was my new like special interest that I was becoming obsessed with and researching. And I was on the Facebook groups. So yeah, that's how it slowly started.
Nice. So is it the same starter that you actually started with back when?
Yes.
That's
It's
amazing.
Yeah.
And does that starter have a name? Have you named it?
I have named it.
Okay.
It is Jan Levinson, no Gould from
The
The Office.
Office.
Yeah.
I love The Office.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. I've seen it like 5 times. Yeah. That's very cute. So it's the same. That is an amazing story. So now you have a business, and it's called Gallaher Sourdough.
Yes.
So where did you get the name Gallaher Sourdough?
So I actually was very hesitant to name it or to like call it a business. I was just going to sell loaves. And after I was selling maybe like 8 loaves in a week, my husband was like, you need a name, and you need like a logo, and you need to create a Facebook page. And I waited on the Facebook page for a while, but he was like, "What about Gallaher Sourdough?" And I was like, "That doesn't sound cringy. It's our last name. It's unique, like enough. People aren't going to get me mixed up with someone else." And he came up with this little logo of like wheat stalks. And it's changed now. I've had an actual graphic designer make me 2 logos, but in the beginning it was, what was it? Wheat stalks with Gallaher sourdough in the middle. That was it.
And so at what point though did you go from selling the person a loaf of bread for $6 to just like a full-fledged business?
The first year, it really started with the farmer's market. And that was what really catapulted. Like, I was really shocked at the lines that would form and how quickly I sold out. My husband and I were talking about this last night. He remembers the first market and he was like, "I don't know how you're going to sell all this bread." And I would sell out in like an hour or 2.
That is amazing. Okay, so you do all the baking out of your own home in Plainfield.
Yeah.
Why is it legal to sell and bake in your home?
I go through the Kendall County Health Department and they have a cottage food registration where you're licensed through the county, and I had to take an exam and maintain my credentials, like with being a certified food protection manager.
Oh,
So
okay.
there are a lot of food safety things that they made sure that I'm compliant with. And I'm insured. I have like liability insurance for my business. It covers what I make, and also like when I'm out at markets and if somebody were to like hurt themselves on my sidewalk or something, coming to pick up.
Where do you see this going in the future?
I mean, I see myself like doing this long term. I've invested quite a bit in the setup in my home. I'm really happy with where we are, and I feel like I'm a staple member, like a staple business in the community in a non-traditional way. So I don't see any like major changes. I think in 5 years I'll still be here at the farmers market doing pre-orders, baking out of my home, and doing pop-ups here and there.
I hope so. I hope you're never leave Plainfield because we're gonna lose all these fantastic goodies if
Oh,
you ever move away.
We're
So
staying here forever. I'm never moving.
here. Thank you so much for letting me come into your home, and it smells so good in your house, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks.